Hello, everybody. My name is the Brandt. Welcome to Step into the Portal. It's time to finish this thing up. Playing the MojoMania scenario pack here using the newest heroes, Wolverine and Storm, who will be available this Friday to purchase from the portal, as well as your friendly local game store. You can check with them as well. Thanks so much, everybody. This is exciting. The final one. So earlier this morning, I took these two and I fought through Magog and I fought through Spiral, and then I took a little break and I'm here now to fight Mojo for the final one of this mission. So that is that. Hello, everyone. Goodness, I just ate lunch, so I guess I'm a little... Woo! How's everybody doing out there? It is good to see and play with you. Hello, Eric. Eric, I will see you on Friday. Train ticket purchased, so we should be good to go. Other people out there as well, I'm hoping. Excited to see this and see how all this goes and whatnot. I'm just going to check where my cards are here. Awesome, and then we'll read through Mojo and get this party started. So yeah, overall so far, we'll have to see how Mojo is, but the campaign here has seemed relatively easy. Actually, on the last stream, somebody asked me, how does it compare to the core box? I'm feeling like it might be easier than the core box. I feel like, you know, Ultron was somebody to deal with, and what's his name? Claw had definitely some issues. So far, this hasn't seemed that bad, but if you watch the first one, I did have to, well, I didn't have to cheat to win, but I feel like I did miss a couple of those rules with overkill and whatnot, so it might have been different. Hello, Josh. Hello, Mark, as well. Thanks so much for joining us here. Don't forget, as well, I guess I'm advertising for them, but what the heck. Don't forget to check out the Fantasy Flight Games stream this afternoon. It's at 1 o'clock Central. Eastern time, so it'd be 2 p.m. my time. But check it out. I believe Tony and Caleb are going to also be playing Mojo, so we will head there. Brumbe, thanks. Always good to have you here, of course. All right, so that is what's happening. Peter at One Stop made the first two seem pretty difficult. Well, the problem with Peter is he doesn't sleeve his cards, so I think it makes his scenarios a lot... I'm just kidding. Peter's a good friend of mine. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of moving... Is there moving parts? There's a lot of parts. It's just so different. Here's my assessment, right? Is that we've seen a lot of stuff that's really creative but really difficult from Boggs. Now we're seeing that creativity but not that overly difficult thing. Other thing I'll note, actually I don't know if I can do this on my camera here, but both designers are listed. So it is Boggs and Tony that are listed here as both. So I don't know what the percentage breakdown would be, but it was certainly both of them working on this as well. Oh yeah, playing solo too could be different. That's a good point. Two-handed, I think, is the easiest way to play this game, or two heroes. Overall, there's certainly scenarios where that's not true, but it tends to be that way. Based on level of villains, we have slightly easier is welcome, but the scenario pack looks like... That's it. Eric, you're hitting the nail on the head. I don't need harder. If I want it to be harder, I can shuffle things in to make it harder. I didn't even play an expert, right? But the joy of being able to take a pre-con and fight against something and feel close... especially in a campaign, I guess I like to move forward, so there's that. But I know people are different. Hey, no problem, Clifford. Thanks for being here. So there's that. All right, I'm hoping to play with Peter sometime again. I've been over on their channel and played on TTS, which actually card games are generally fine. Same with webcam. I'm amazed. Card games work super well. Board games are tough. I've been playing this game Endless Winter. I played it 4 days in a row. It's phenomenal. I'm supposed to film my top 10 games of the year next week with Eric Summer, and probably will show up there. And I want to stream it, but this table isn't big enough to fit the game on it, even if I play solo. So that's where I love cards, that like, it fits, it all fits. So it's so nice because I love to show games off to people. So at some point I probably need to like grab my camera, bring it down to my bigger table, film myself playing it, and then upload a video on the channel. But then I don't get to be live with everyone. So that's part of it that I'm missing. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to 80s and 90s television here, Eric. I agree. All right, let's start reading and playing so that we can get this going, get this done. Don't forget to watch the, don't forget about the Mutant Genesis speedrun campaign that I have going on right now with Star-Lord. So it's every morning I'm releasing a video. I think the longest one so far has been maybe 8 minutes, so they're very quick. But you can catch all those at 8 o'clock in the morning. I try to jump on there and be live as well. And so far, 8 turns through 3 villains. So we'll see how it goes finishing up that campaign. Or if we don't finish it up, we'll have to see. All right, here we go. The final scenario. Mojo, the story so far. You realize this was all for nothing, the defeated Spiral says with resignation. If I help you escape, Mojo will just force me to bring you back. When you suggest that you will handle Mojo, Spiral looks skeptical. If you can take down the spineless one, I'll send you home, she agrees. You better be fast, though. He feeds off attention, and you're bringing him huge ratings. If you can't defeat him quickly, he'll be unstoppable. Once Spiral's sure you understand, she teleports you once again. You find yourself in yet another Mojo Vision program. This time, face-to-face with the exploitative executive of excess himself, Mojo. So, you think you can cancel me, Mojo sneers. I'm in charge around here. You'll do what I say, or you'll be fired. Into the sun! Come to think of it, that would make for a great finale. Here you go. So we've got this set-aside encounter sets. So we have the ones in the campaign we were told to set aside. We have this Wheel of Genres, which has a spinning side and a stop side, and we're told where to put that. I'm not going to read through all these because I did. In terms of those. So at the beginning, I'm told to select one scenario, one modular plus one per player. So I need 1, 2, I need a third. So then the campaign says you can't pick the ones you've already used. So I have to use these 2, and then it says once you need more, then you can go and pick them from all these. So we're going to come back. We are using horror and crime, which we haven't used yet. And then we have set aside here the other 4 that we have played already. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll reroll on a 5 or a 6. 5, 2. So we're putting sci-fi back in. Sci-fi is back on the menu. All right. So that one is going to go in there. And then we have long shot is coming into play. I guess I have to do all my setup before I do this, right? I have these cards here. We'll get it set up and we'll take an encounter card and we'll just do it at the start, I guess. Oh, because it could be one of these. All right. So I'm not sure exactly, but we'll figure this out. So it says here that we are going to choose one of the set-aside sets. We're going to put the environment into play. And then we are going to randomize otherwise. Where did I just put that die? Is it like right in front of me? Yeah, it's so hard to see. Thank you. I've been working on my Mojo voice all year long. All right, so Mojo Files goes here. That's going to be the first one. We're going to shuffle in horror. Actually, probably should have gone between these two so we're sure to see them. And then this will get shuffled up. So this is the Mojo deck, the standard encounter set, our obligations, and now the horror set is in here as well. I'll draw my hands, then I'll have long shot come into play, I guess. I guess these would then not technically be in play for this encounter card. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. If I have at the victory, I win the campaign. Sorry, I lost that one a little bit. All right, so then these two are set aside. They're not going to come into play. How are these going to come in play? The Wheel of Genres. So that's what this one's going to do. So the Wheel of Genres says, force response. After the encounter deck resets, if there are no set-aside modular encounter sets remaining, the players lose the game. Otherwise, flip this card. So we'll see what that does when we flip it, but it's going to play through those. So if we go through the deck, and there are no side encounter sets here, then we would lose the game. So it's kind of neat. We keep adding more and more things to that. All right, we're going to have Storm go first because they each went first once. We'll come back to Storm, have her start. Is the correct pronunciation Aurora? Sorry. Is that her first name, Aurora? Am I saying it correctly? I feel really bad that I don't actually know how to pronounce her name. So let me know if I'm saying it or if it has a different pronunciation. I've almost always said Storm, so. Never thought of it otherwise. All right. Shuffle that one up. Shuffle this one up. We're going to pick our starting hands. Then this would come into play. We would get this, and then we're on our way. So the Mojo files here says each minion gains quick strike. Ah, thank you. Let's see. Stokes book. Hello, welcome. Each ally takes -1 consequential damage after attacking a minion. So I'm encouraged to do that. Sorry, I just need to quickly respond to my wife. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, this Uncanny X-Men worked super well last game. So this this goes to 25 threat. It starts at 10 per player threat. So it's at 20. I'm going to use these dice. I think. I'm wondering if a dial is better. I don't think you can see it either way, but maybe I'll use a dial. So this is going to be at 28 threat. It threats out at 50, and we lose the game. I'll put that dial there. And then he says, after your turn ends, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Place 1 threat on your hero for each card discarded this way that does not belong to the Mojo encounter set. So every turn I have to do that. And then the force interrupt on here is when a character flips or leaves play, move all threat from that character to this scheme. Oh, man. Thank you. I did the reading. Friday can't get here fast enough. Okay, sorry. I will point everything out again. I was just rolling and setting up, so I think we're in okay shape. But I appreciate that. So we've got Mojo here. We've got the Mojo files. We shuffled that in. This is where the other cards go. Wow, it's been a long time since I forgot to put the camera down. So the other ones are in here. This is the card that says that. We have Long Shot out. Here's our cards that are in play. We've got 28 threat on here. Aurora. Okay, I think I said it right. So this is our Wheel of Genres. 28 threat. This threat's out at 50. We're going to put threat on characters by discarding cards from the top of his deck, and every non-Mojo encounter set card. So as we add more, there'll be more of them. We add threat to our characters. When we flip or when characters leave play, then we suffer those effects. So we really want to remove threat. So Torrential Rain is definitely going to be in play. I don't think this damage is a big deal right now. Similarly with Havoc. So I think I'm going to go search. I think I'm going to keep these two and go search for some more threat removal cards. Maybe that I can get. Okay, Pixie will actually let me return him to Me, My X-Men. And an X-Jet there, so that could work pretty well. All right, and a couple of swaps here. 2, we could get a card draw in or something. All right, so there's that. And then over here, I shuffled. We've got the cabin, but we're not flipping down that much. Track the Scent will help us remove threat. Should I put that down just for turns when I can flip back? Yeah, and then what do we keep here? We don't really need either of these. I don't think I need any of this stuff, so we'll pitch it. Let's see what we can get set up. Okay. Perfect. All right, so we flipped this card. Now that we're set, it's Claustrophobia, so we'll be able to exhaust and get rid of that and not deal with all that nonsense from the first one, so that'll be good. Minions gain Quick Strike, and away we go. So he has 16 health per player, which is 32. He is a 2-scheme, 1-attack villain, so the attacking's not a big deal. His trait is Spineless. That's amazing. I hope they do something with that. And I forgot Storm needs to pick a card here. She doesn't do that ability, though, right? So if I swap in Hurricane early on, I'll be good. All right. We will exhaust. Get rid of claustrophobia. Whew, I feel better already. All right. We will flip to Storm. We're doing this way like Spectrum. We will then use her ability to go grab Hurricane. Put Hurricane on top. Activate its thing, its response. To remove 2 threat, bring that to 26. Use the cape, ready her. Wow. Thwart for 2. 24. Long shot will thwart for 2. We're just going to get that threat down while we can. Let me make sure that nobody was supposed to start with threat on them, right? No, okay. Away we go. All right, so then we will... Oh, there's a lot of good stuff here. I want to do this Torrential Rain. I think these are the 2 most important, right? So 1, 2, 3 will get us this. 1, 2 will get us Torrential Rain. Torrential Rain removes 3, and if Hurricane is in play, it resolves it. So we pay 2 to remove 5 and bring this down to 17. That's how we do it. And then we've got Weather Goddess, so we can change that as we need to. One more time. All right. Cabin would let us shuffle something back in, like Slice and Dice or something like that. So sure. Man, there's that fastball special. Look at that. All right. I think we want to get these 2 down and maybe play this one. This is probably too much. So we'll use the Mean Swing to play the Cabin. If anything is just out of our deck, we'll exhaust it and shuffle Slice and Dice back in. 17 health, by the way. So yeah, I started with 5 threat over here and 3 threat over here in upgrades, or cost and upgrades, so I had to add 8 threat to that, which is why it started at 28. I'll flip to this side. I'm going to spend fastball special. It's never going to happen, people. Never going to happen. I'm going to put the Berserker Fury out, which is going to be really rough here. I'll leave that one to the side. I'm going to tuck these 2 under here. I'm going to hold on to Tracking Scent. He's going to remove 2 threat. Because he only attacks for 1 plus a flip, it's going to be a nice little poke with 17 health. It's going to rock. All right. I don't know. Maybe I'll try this up here. Can I put this here? Nope. A little spastic. All right, so we'll hold the track by set, which I think is his best card. Oh, then we could play this, but do we just want to have Retaliate? I don't think we care about anything else, right? We could give him -1 attack. That's actually better. Let's give him -1 attack. So we'll play the Weather Goddess, trigger that effect. Yep. I'm like reading it now to make sure I didn't read it wrong. It happens. Somebody's going to watch back the play and say, oh, you didn't read that card. You did this. It was better. It was worse. I am okay with that. I'm just trying to get these first plays in so people can see them. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minions have Quick Strike. Got it. Ooh, I got Flash Freeze, so maybe we'll try that. See how that works. Although, we gave him -1 attack. If Blizzard is in play, resolve its special ability. Blank somebody's box, yeah. It's not going to be very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got this. I got better. I haven't read this yet. When you would be defeated by an enemy attack, instead set your hit point dial to 5, ready your identity, and discard this card. So that's by an enemy attack. So you could play something to get them to attack you. You'd keep your card, you'd respond, draw a card. Okay, that's, yeah, because you can stay in hero form and you heal, so that's cool. I've got this regenerative healing if I get hit for too much, and get rid of stun and confuse. Whew. Okay, I think we're good. So he adds, oh, sorry, after your turn ends, so it should have been when her turn ended, we will discard the top 3 cards. And we got Shadow of the Past. We got a Cultist. So everyone that is not a Mojo gives her threat. So she's got 3 threat. Wolverine ended his turn. 1, 2, 3. That's Mojo, Mojo, Mojo. So he's got nothing. So he'll stay at 0 threat there. All right, start of the turn, we're adding 1 threat per player, so this will go to 17. And then he's attacking over here against Storm, and she's just going to take the 1 plus 1 is 2. She's down to 7, and I'm just looking for responses after the counter deck ends. Cool. Good. All right, this says if it was revealed from the encounter deck. This just says start, pick 1, and then put it into play revealed. So I don't think that would trigger that. So we didn't have a surge there. All right, he's attacking over here. 1 plus 2. Oh, wait, it's -1 because of this. So 0 plus 2. So I'm going to get hit for 2 and take a damage. Long shot has to be one of the greatest additions to this game, says Maurice. Maurice, I agree. I think that's cool, right? You want to make a hard scenario a little easier? You want to just make it a little more fun for people? Shuffle in long shot. He can go into anyone, right? And just shuffle in there. And it's just a little bit easier, a little bit chance of something, a 0 boost, a wild resource. Those kind of things. Well, I guess actually it's not really a wild resource in your hand, right? All right, then we get cards. Werewolf Pack. When revealed, defeat an ally you control and place it face down under Werewolf Pack. When Werewolf Pack would be defeated, discard an ally from it under it instead, then heal all damage on it. Yikes. All right, so there goes him. He's going to eat that, and then Werewolf Pack has Quick Strike, so I take 2. Yikes. All right. So yeah, I've got to defeat him twice now. Supporting Actor. So he is a 1/1 with 6 health. Sorry, this is a 1/3 with 4 health. Force response. After Supporting Actor activates against you, you place 2 threat here. Nice. So it's just going to build up threat. And then eventually it's going to add it to there when we defeat him. So to try to do that soon. Although I could just let him poke me for cards. All right, this guy's got 8 on him now, huh? This is where I need that aggressive energy. All right, so we didn't get a lot of threat to remove, so Track Descent might not be a big deal here. Slice and Dice is 3 and 3, so we could take this guy out. What do we attack for? We attack for 3. So that Wolf Pack is going to be a pain. Hitting him for those numbers. So we'll take out this Supporting Actor. Is it really worth losing health? I mean, I guess I could put this card into play, or I could remove that threat. Yeah. All right, I'll use these 3 to play for Slice and Dice. I will deal 3 and then deal 3, so he's removed. I'm not sure, because maybe he could poke. I'll play 2 to Track Descent. And Track Descent will remove 3 from here. How the heck would this work if I blank this box? Treat that minion's text box as if it were blank. So if I blanked this, this effect wouldn't happen, and presumably when this gets discarded, that would get discarded. Okay. That's interesting. So then I could attack him for 3. She could finish him off. Does she have a way to deal with that? When the villain attacks you... No. So I don't have a way to do that. So do I deal 3 here? She's going to flip down, so I don't think we have to deal with it now. So we will... She might go first next turn. We'll put the 3 damage on him, and then we can figure that out. We'll stay up over here. All right. Storm's turn. So now, I have her ability. I really want to get this Uncanny X-Men out, right? So 1, 2, and a Flash Freeze is 3. We'll put this Uncanny X-Men into play. So my allies have +1 hit point, and they cost 1 fewer. So now Gentle only costs 2. This blizzard is blanking a text box, but it's not going to help me to get to defeating him, huh? Gentle can hit him. Okay, I think I have an idea. So I think if I attack him for 2, that would discard this, which would go here, right? Then I can pay 2 to put Gentle into play. Then I can trigger my ability over here. Oh, I got this. Trigger my ability. Flip to this one. Each character gets +1 attack. I will deal 2 damage to Mojo. Then Gentle will attack for +1. He takes no consequential damage because of this. The wolf pack is out. Storm, sorry, when that switches, she readies. Then I will thwart. Nah. I'll flip and heal with Storm. So she goes to 9. And these 3 go up here, so this goes to 17. Ooh, I liked that turn. I didn't expect all that to come together. No, I'm really liking Storm. She's just going to be the longer tail, right, to learn how to play. Maybe in a Shadowcat way. Shadowcat's like... Shadowcat, it's like you see it and then you're just trying to do it, right? Hers is like it's hard to see that. Supporting actor gets quick strike. Thank you. So it should have hit me for 1. Oh, hold on. I'm hoping we can get more interactions like this in the future. I agree. So supporting actor would hit me for 1, which means you'd have 2 threat. So we'll add 2 threat to this. When he hit me for 1, I would have drawn a card. So I'm going to hold that double resource, which I guess is kind of useless now, and I should be at 14. All right. Yep, and he would get discarded to the discard pile here, so I have him. I think we're good. Thank you, everybody. Keep me honest. Honestly, keep me honest. All right, here we go. We got Mirage. We got Weather Goddess. We got Lightning Bolts. We can really start to light them up. We got this Torrential Rain, which is awesome. All right, we got Gentle out there. We got a lot of lunging strikes and Jubilee, so maybe we pop her down, we play the lunging strike for free and figure out something with these, or we can still play the out of my way with the X-Jet over here. Nice. Woo! That's a lot of damage. All right, that's a lot of damage. We add 2 threat to this, it goes to 21, so we are not at half, so we're doing okay. He's going to attack here for 1, +1 is 2. Plus place 1 threat on each character you control. That is the boost. So we're putting a threat on Logan. We're getting attacked for 2. We go down to 12. Trigger, draw a card. Oh, now can that pay for my other lunging strike? Yes. Haha. Sweet. Wow. Oh, this is so fun. I told people in the last show, I was like, I'm going to try to show off more of the joy, so I'm trying to really dig into the game and not worry about all the interactions as much. Ah, okay. Well, I guess I drew a card. So I'd be a card behind. No, because I just drew my hand to full. So we're good now. But because of Blizzard, he would attack for 0. Although, is it when he damages somebody? After he activates. So there still would have been the 2 there. And this is after I take damage from an attack. Okay, so we're still good because I held the 1 card. Thank you, everybody. Now he's going to come over here and he's going to scheme for 2 plus attach this to Mojo, the Stinger Tail. He gets Retaliate 2. When any amount of damage we dealt him, place it here. Then if there's at least 5 damage, discard the Stinger Tail. Cool. And I'm pretty sure this is in the book and it says the Retaliate only happens if this is still on him. So the Force Interrupt would be after the damage. I'm pretty sure that's in this FAQ right here. If a character's attack placed enough damage on Stinger Tail discard, does that character take Retaliate? No, it's discard. So it's just like a character, or yeah, an enemy. All right, so then he's thwarting for 2. This goes to 23, so we're back to half. And we get cards. Advance, 2 plus 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it's the Kraken. 28, so we're going to have to take care of that threat again. Oh, wait. I missed that interaction. So I'm just going to have to discard 3 cards. I apologize. So he should get threat on him at the end of his turn. And let's see. None of these are Mojo, so he's going to get 3 on him. Sorry, it would have been different cards, but it's the best we can do. Past Demons. I will flip down and exhaust. Could be stunned and confused. We'll just get rid of it. I'll have to deal with it. 4 threat goes on here, so 32. Well, I had all that damage, but now it looks like I'm taking care of threat. All right, back to Storm. So her scheme is not greater than his thwart. Does she get +1? No. So she's not really stunning anybody. But she can remove threat. We have this Torrential Rain as well. If I play this Lightning Bolt, deal some damage to him. I need to deal 5, though, right? So Gentle's dealing 4. He then take Retaliate. It's kind of a pain. Yeah, how do we want to do this? So do we not care? Do we just play the Lightning Bolt? I don't think I can play all 3 of these. 3, 6, 7, 8. I got 4, 5, 6, right? She costs 1 fewer. So I think we focus on these, maybe not get Mirage out. All right, so we don't need to heal, so we'll flip up. And then we can change that to Torrential Rain. I don't know, do we want Gentle to attack? No, because it's a weird number, right? Oh, we want to do Lightning Bolt. So 1, 2, 3. We'll Lightning Bolt for 8. So 8 is just going to get rid of the Stinger Tail. It's a little bit too much. But then we trigger the special ability, so we deal 2 more damage. So this comes down to 28. Yep. All right. We'll have Storm thwart for 2 to bring this down to 30. Hello. Don't forget about the discarding top 3. So I did that. Got it. Because it's an interrupt. So maybe it's different than what I was thinking. Force interrupt for response. You'd think after all these plays I would have all those little interactions down, but it's just tough when it switches them like that. All right, so we're good there. Now Gentle can hit for 4. He takes +1 consequential after he attacks the villain. So he takes 2. Then we'll use our ability to swap this out. And we will change it to Hurricane. When we do that, we remove 2 threat. Ready Storm, remove 2 more threat. Then we will use, I guess, these 2 to play Torrential Rain. So we remove 3 threat plus 2 threat is 5. Bring it down to 21. Look at all this threat removal. And then we have our Weather Goddess still in hand, and we'll save that to play during Logan's turn. So Logan's got the cabin. We're going to exhaust that and shuffle something back in. Do we want to just go damage? Do we want to put a little healing in there? Oh, he didn't heal at the start of that previous turn, right? Well, we'll let it be. But I should have healed at the start of turn 2. I'm just going to do it. It's fine. So it wasn't this last turn because I got flipped down, but the first turn I went down to 15 and then didn't heal back up. All right, we're going to shuffle in. Boy, I really just like this track by scent to keep myself up, or if a side scheme comes out, so I'm doing that. No, I would say that tracking this, it's only the first time through it's difficult. So the first time through, there's a lot of things to pay attention to and just learn how they work. But like Spiral was much easier. Magog was relatively easy. Mojo is a little difficult, but I would say no, it's not there. Discard cards after Storm ends her turn. Thank you, everybody. Jolt of Adrenaline Magog is a forced response. Got it. All right. So I am ending her turn. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, thank you. 1 is Mojo. It's each non-Mojo, so she gets 2 threat on her. Perfect. All right, he is flipping up after using the cabin. And then I am going to... Oh, Jubilee's weird this turn, huh? Basic attacks. That's okay. I'll still play Jubilee. She's going to choose him, get +2 when she attacks. Oh, he's got retaliate. Hold on. So we will switch to this -1 attack with Weather Goddess. So then she can attack here. He doesn't have retaliate. She gets +2 from her own ability, so she attacks there, takes 1, gives him +2 attack. But unfortunately, I can't do that. Then I will track by scent to remove 3 threat, bring that down to 18. I don't get to draw any cards. And then I will use my claws to lunging strike for 8. And I take 3 damage, down to 12. End of my turn. 1, 2, 3. So you can see how fast this is going to go. I got 2 Mojo cards. Is it discard? Discard. So these would be here. So I get 1 threat on Wolverine. Shuffle here. Okay. After the encounter deck resets, if there are no set-aside module encounter sets remaining, players lose the game. Otherwise, flip this card. Force Interrupt. After the start of step 3 of the villain phase, deal encounter cards. Randomly choose 1 set-aside modular set and reveal its show environment. Shuffle the rest of that modular set and place it on top of the encounter deck. Deal the first player 2 face-down encounter cards and flip this card. Oh, no problem, Scott. We're having fun here. All right, so we're going to have to do this before we deal encounter cards. Oy. All right, we're going to remember that. Ready up. I'm putting this die on top of here, even though I've got to draw first, just to try to help me remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got Utopia. We've got 4. Like, there's just some great cards here. Getting this build going. All right. Awesome. And then we're going to ready these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sunfire, we haven't been able to use his ability, but this one's cool. When he comes into play, spend a lightning and choose an attachment with hero attack or response and discard it. So I could have gotten rid of... Oh no, not the Stinger Tail, it wouldn't work. Berserker Barrage, that's a way to deal some damage. Just got Psylocke, just straight up confuse him, I think is going to be a good plan. I don't think I ever used this X-Jet, huh? So I could have held something, but we're just going to let it be. All right, that is done. We're adding 3 threat to the main scheme, so this goes to 21. Then he is, oh gosh, attacking here first. So I have Gentle and Jubilee to block. So yeah, that's fine. So Jubilee will block. He's attacking for 1. Actually, it doesn't matter if he's attacking for 1. I might as well leave her, right? 1, 2, place 1 threat on each character you control. So she'll go to 3. And Gentle goes to 1. 1, 2. She takes 2 and goes to 7, -1. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of things to track. Storm is making that trickier, but no, I don't think this pack is... I think it's straightforward. I think if you think Rise of Red Skull, I think that's what you're thinking here, with some really unique things. Berserker Frenzy would be discarded. Perfect. Thank you. Which is then the one I should have shuffled in, right? Cool. It doesn't matter. All right. So then he's attacking me here. So I will take it. 1 + 1 is 2. And I go to 10. And I don't get to draw that card because I would have gone away. Right. I think we're done there. Yeah, no, but we're enjoying it. All right, before we draw encounter cards, Yes, I just put this die aside. Did you see me take it off of here and then forget? All right, so pick one of these at random. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. I didn't have to put these face down. So it is the crime one, which is good because we haven't seen this one yet. Dial M for Mojo. Discard each other environment setting in play. If it's revealed from the encounter deck, Surge. It's not revealed from the encounter deck. We shuffle this in here, and then we flip this over, and we're going to deal the first player 2 encounter cards. So each other encounter card gains insight 1. Each friendly character gets +1 thwart. There you go. So it's just fun interactions like that, right? They're giving you a positive and a negative, which I think is just cool. So these scenarios are very unique, but I don't think they're overbearing. It's definitely possible you could forget these, but so I guess it could be a bunch to track on that front. But it seems like it's fun to track. I don't know if I can define that well, but it feels like joyous to try to do that. All right, now we're getting 2 encounter cards, and then she gets an encounter card, and he gets an encounter card. Wait, you don't shuffle those in. Why don't I shuffle those in? Oh, place it on top of the encounter deck. Perfect. Crime. Got it. No crime. All right. Yeah, thank you. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Where'd the other one go? What am I missing? There should be 2 more. Crime. All right, there we go. The side schemes. All right, that goes there. This gets shuffled on top. So that's cool. So you're going to actually see these ones. So she gets 2, and then she gets 1, and he gets 1. We're getting all these crime ones. Choose one. Move all threat from a side scheme to the main scheme, or discard cards from the top of the deck until a side scheme is discarded. Reveal that card. Well, there you go. Crime scene investigation. That comes in with 5 threat on it. Hinder 1. We're putting 2 more on there. Thwart cannot be removed from other schemes. Spend X mental resources to remove threat from here. Dragnet. The villain cannot take damage. And this is, I can spend physical resources to remove threat from this. They all have insight 1. Let's see, this one. Perfect. Build the case is an obligation. So after a side scheme is defeated, place 1 clue counter here. Then if there's at least 3 clue counters, discard this card. Insight 1. And Law and Order. So I would say it's a lot to track now. This one's going to come into play. And it's going to be Insight 1. Ooh, there's a lot of threat to remove, huh? And this I can get rid of lightning. All right, I did this. Good. All right. So, still like my Psylocke play, but I do have this track by scent. And I could draw cards, right? So, 1, 2, 3. I could get Storm to remove some. Threat. Does she have a way to remove threat? She has Torrential Rain. All right, so we'll have Storm play Torrential Rain. So she's going to remove 3 threat from a scheme. So it has to be this one. Yeah, they're not too heavy-handed here, though, so I don't mind having that happen. And then she gets to remove 2 from another one. I can remove 3. Jubilee can remove 1. Oh, I can't remove 2 from a different one, though, right? So I just got to do this. Ugh. All right, that's fine. So then I'll use these 2, Mean Swing and Berserker Barrage, and I will track Descent, get rid of this. So this one is gone. When it's gone, I get a clue token on here. Characters get +1 threat removal. Good, okay. And I draw 2 cards. Regenerative Healing. And this one, there's no attachments. So we're going to use the X-Jet and play Psylocke. We've got these 2 things here now. So I can confuse him, but I also could get rid of threat. So I've got 3 threat removal here, 2 and 3. So I can get rid of something else here. He can't take any damage. Each friendly character gets -2 attack. Yeah. All right. So 3, 6, 7, 8 will clear this one. Boy, I wish I had something for clearing side schemes, huh? That's gone. We get another counter here. We're good. We heal 2 at the start of our turn. Crime environment giving a bonus to me. Yep, got it. Thank you. For Forgottenal. Thank you. Have Storm swap to Hurricane for... Oh, thanks. I thought I had Hurricane. So she swaps to this. Oh, so she would clear that one. All right. I'm just going to assume then she would remove 2. She'd clear that one. He wouldn't be able to play his card. 3, 2, 3. I'm just going to remove 2 more. I'm just going to... I think I would have been fine. I know I wasted 1. I wasted 1 with track Descent, so I think I'm still good. She would then have cleared 1 herself, right? Because this 2 would get removed from switching. Yeah, I think we're fine. All right. I think that's it. He'll stay up. And then if he ends his turn, 1, 2, 3. And those are all from the regular one, so we're adding 3 threat to him. All right, we come over here to Storm, starting her turn. She did that ability, so readying will be trickier, but that's okay. So we can either put Forge or Utopia into play. Or actually, kind of both. He goes and gets a support. He gets +1 thwart, so he's probably the better call. So we'll use this, and to me, my X-Men to play Forge. Forge can then go get... What does he get? A support? Is that literally just Utopia in this deck? Or this? Location. Oh, I get the X Mansion. Okay, yeah, that's something. So we'll get the X Mansion. Don't have a resource for it. Okay, if we clear that side scheme, which I think we can do with these ones, right? So Utopia will clear 1 off of this, and then Forge and Gentle will remove 4, get rid of this one, which gets rid of this one. And we're in better shape. Okay. So then she can thwart for 3 to bring this down to 22. Flip down. She at 8 health. Yeah, she'll just stay, and then we can confuse next turn and flip down. We'll be good. All right. I have the X Mansion, so I got rid of Utopia. I'll keep the X Mansion. She's ending her turn. 1, 2, 3. 2 of these are Mojo, so we're adding 1 to her. And we'll ready everybody up. Discard Utopia, get it back, play it. Got it. Makes sense. Well, I used the other one to clear that, so we'll go with that. But that would make sense too, to use the card you want to get back. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, one too many. Nope, not one too many. Okay, so we're working on these warrior skills. I haven't played these at all. Weapon X, Battle Fury. We haven't really had to kill anything yet. All those horrors haven't come out, so we are adding 3 threat to the main scheme. It goes to 25. We do have him down to 13, so we actually have done a decent amount of damage. I've been trying to control that threat, but it hasn't gone so well. All right. Then, so yeah, the negative is he goes faster through that deck, but you don't have as much threat. It's interesting. Still feel like flipping down might be better. Do I want to do that with her? I already went this way, so I can't. All right, he is attacking here. Counter cards gain insight 1, and we have retaliate. So he's attacking me for 1. Plus long shot. Hey, thanks. So I take 1 and retaliate 1. Done. Then he's attacking over here. I don't need gentle to block. 1 plus 0. Nice. It's the horror card. When revealed. Nope. Okay, so we've got that. So she just takes 1 and retaliates 1. So that went pretty well. And then these cards have insight 1. So directors, directions. When revealed, choose 1, spend 2 different resources, Mojo schemes, or take 1 damage for each threat on your identity. If you take less than 2 damage this way, this card gains surge. I'm going to let him scheme. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 for that is 5. This goes to 30. That's the high water mark we've had for the game, so we've been doing pretty well. This is going to have insight 1. Curtain call. Move all threat from the character with the most threat on it to the main scheme. If no threat was moved this way, place 1 threat on each character you control. Character with the most threat. So she's definitely going to flip down. So we'll go here, and it's insight 1, so 35. Done. Comes over here. Storm. So what can we do for threat removal here? Everybody's +1, right? One of the keys. We'll spend 2. We'll put down this X mansion. Then, to me, my X-Men, I wish I knew who else was here. Pixie's kind of fun if I get her, because she's already there. I think I'm out. Because she would let me go get another one. So I don't think I have anything for that. So I will use, to me, my X-Men to play my leadership skill. And have some tokens on that. So we'll spend that to have Forge Thwart for 3. Bring this down to 32. Gentle only has 1 health left. So we may leave him be. Storm will thwart for 3. Bring that down to 29. Then I will use her ability to, put up Thunderstorm and deal 2 damage. Exhaust this, ready. Still have that one there, huh? Then I will exhaust her to remove 3 more threat. I will play Weather Goddess and switch over to Hurricane. Is he dealing damage this turn? He should. Oh, start of the player phase he heals. Yeah, let's not worry about threat. So let's just put up... I had Thunderstorm, so let's just put up the -1 attack. We'll do that. We'll flip down, and then we'll use the mansion to heal Gentle. And then Gentle will thwart for 2. Bring that down to 24. All right. Do you have to exhaust leadership skill to use it? No. He'll thwart for 3. Perfect. All right. So then she ends her turn there, so I don't add threat. So that's why I'm wondering flipping down isn't as big a deal. All right. We got a double. Let's just get damage on there, huh? So we will play... Oh, characters get -1. That's right. We'll play Out of My Way and deal 3 damage. We'll have Psylocke attack for 0. And then remove this to confuse. And then Wolverine will play... Use the X-Jet to play Battle Fury. Oh, I can't play the Weapon X, can I? All right, so we'll use the X-Jet and the Battle Fury to play the Warrior skill. And then I will have him thwart for 3, bringing this down to 20. We'll try to flip and get significant damage on him next turn. 3 counters on this. So is this when you attack? Got it. Okay, so I can use that on those cards. Lunging strike and whatever it is there, right? Cool. All right, so we'll hold this one. Go from here. I could give her +1 attack, but I don't think that benefits us too much. Oh, do 1 damage to it. Thank you. Yeah, going back to that question, it's like, it's a lot to track with the 2 new heroes and the new. This does not feel overwhelming. It just feels like there's a bunch of cool things. I think, again, we're seeing a lot of that cool Boggs and Tony creativity. I'm not taking that away. Otherwise, being pushed in this. So, yeah, slice and dice. So now I could slice and dice, use this. And, man, I could really deal some damage. That'll probably be a plan. Poor Colossus. At some point, I have to fastball special. All right. I wish this one said let someone else draw a card. She gets to draw the card, but I wish someone else could draw the card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go through the deck. Get an encounter card. Shuffle up here. Got it. Wolverine's turn. I was just thinking the same things. I was shuffling this deck. All right, 1, 2, 3. And there are 2 Mojo cards there, so he's going to 5. Love this little mechanism, though, right? He's going through cards. We're adding threat. Like, doing that, this is our timer, right? We got to get through that one. I'm going to deal with some cards here. All right, we got lightning bolts. So, yeah, we'll definitely go for some damage next turn and see how far down we can get him, because he doesn't have a ton of health. Next stage is 18, so 36 more, so 41 damage. We can deal half of that and then half the other turn. All right, we're good. We're adding 3 threat on here. He is then scheming, but he's confused. He is then attacking over here for 1, -1. Yeah, we'll just take it. Plus, place a threat on each character you control. Okay. He takes 1 from this card. Done. Right? These 2. Here we go. Vampire, Insight 1. From this. Attacks with Piercing. Deal double damage to Vampire. Hey, I got Piercing. After he attacks and damages a character, heal all damage from him if no damage. I mean, that's just awesome, right? Werewolf Pack. So he's going to take Forge under him, and he's going to have to be killed. Okay. Insight 1. 25. So we've kept that at bay. Cultist, Insight 1. After Cultist activates against you, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Kraken and put it into play. It's awesome. Then discard Cultist. Okay, so we're going to deal a bunch of damage to him, but these minions are going to be a little bit tricky. Maybe not him as much, right? So we'll pass this over here and see where we can deal some damage. So he takes double damage with piercing. So slice and dice becomes interesting if we chunk it up with that, right? Now we'd have to pay for it for free here, in which case, oh, I'll get a +1 from that. Okay. Poor Colossus, he's just not coming out. All right. So first things first, we will slice and dice. So we're going to heal 2, go to 14. We're going to slice and dice for 3. And then we're going to use this counter make the following attack. So when your hero attacks, remove 1. So I'm going to attack here, deal 4 damage. So he's done. And then I'm going to attack here with the 3. Because I paid for it with this. It has piercing, so 6 will kill this one. Right, my basic attack could also kill there. Then, let's see, she could switch that. I still have that issue. Does she have 2 of these in her hand? No. Does Lightning Bolt gain overkill? No. So we're just going to deal with that werewolf pack. I think we're just going to let that stay there. All right, X-Mansion will heal Psylocke. And then I'll use her again to confuse. No damage, but 1 damage with this, right? And confuse 1 more time. Keep a little bit of that control there. Then Wolverine is going to... Gotta get Colossus down. Play out of my way and deal 4 damage. I'm going to use aggressive energy. So I'm going to deal 4 damage, which will flip the Mojo. When I do that, I place 2 threat on each friendly character. There you go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I did get it this time, but thank you for reminding me. All right, so she's got 3 on her here. I'm just going to keep these like this. So yeah, he can kill him, but just doesn't get us anywhere. Hold Colossus. So now... options. So he's been flipped, so he's at 36. So I can hit him for 3, 4... -1 is 3. And she's got a bunch. The Blast of Wind. Gentle. Be out. And we just hope that threat doesn't hit too hard. I like it. Let's do it. Alright, so he's going to hit for 3. +1 is 4. -1 is 3. 33. He finishes his turn. We'll just stay in hero form and discard 3. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be bad timing. If I flip down, hold on. If I flip down, I don't have to deal with these cards, and I might not go through the deck because I'll get to the phase first, right? She's going to flip up and take 3 anyway. Unless she doesn't flip up, which is a weird turn, right? All right, we just got to deal with it. We're getting cards. 1, 2, 3. So 2 Mojo cards here, so we're adding 1. He's got 9 threat on him. All right, we'll hold Colossus. My goodness. All right, over here, we can heal her. I don't think damage is the thing we're dying to. This is a little bit of a pain, but I could just block with Psylocke. So we're going to flip up, add 2 threat to that main scheme. It goes to 28. We're going to use X-Jet and the Crown. Now we're just going to use... hold on. We're not worried about threat, right? So we're going to have her attack for 2, which is... we're just going to have her remove 2 threat. Still a bit. And she removes +1. All right. Then we're going to use her ability to swap into Thunderstorm. We're going to deal 2 damage. He's at 31. We're going to ready. Then we're going to attack him for +1, which is 3. So he's at 28. We're going to use X-Jet, the Crown, and Uncanny X-Men to play Lightning Bolt. So we deal 8 damage to him and then 2 to an enemy. So he goes to 18. Gentle's going to swing. Hold on. So I could have played her Garden, huh? Well, I'll play it now. I'm going to play this leadership skill. So Gentle is going to swing for 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to be out and add 3 threat to this main scheme. Bring him to 12. This is gone. All right. We got him low. So she discards 3. There's only 1. It is a Mojo card, so nothing happens there. This flips, because we still have cards. We add an acceleration, and we're going to get the last set. There's a whole bunch of cards. We got the damage, so we just need to survive, right? Here we go, everybody. The exciting conclusion is on its way. Oh, we getting more cards here? Yeah. All right, so he's drawn up. He's going to get an encounter card. That's going to have Insight. Oh, man, is that thing going to go? Like, imagine if it forces me to flip. That's how I could lose. Surprised he doesn't do something like that, right? Oh, I didn't read on this. Top 4 cards of the encounter deck and place a threat on your hero. So I did 3, and she only had 1 left, so she should still have had the other ones, right? So she technically should have 2 on her because he would have gotten +1. Card. All right. We got these. We got our encounter card over here. We're drawing up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gosh, do we get damage? We got Havoc. Which could ready her. So with the +1, we could probably get there, right? He's got Precision Strike, Precision Strike, Precision Strike. Could drop Colossus and try to draw a fastball special somewhere, but I don't think it's happening, so. All right, I have to take this damage. He's now, he's a 3-1. Yeah, they got +1 attack on them, so it's a good point. We're going to have to defend. We'll have to defend and make it work. All right, so we're adding 4 threat here to go to 32. Mojo's attacking me. He's only a 1. +1 is 2. Not worried about Wolverine. So 2 + 0 is 9. I am okay there. And then over here, Mojo is attacking me. So he is 1 + 2. I will defend. He's 1 + 1 + 2. So I take 2 because I have my cape for defense. And then the werewolf is attacking for 4, and Psylocke will block. That's a Psylocke block. And then 3 threat goes on the main scheme, 35. Whew. Okay. Before we add this, we're going to flip this back over. We're going to put this one into play. This is going to be rough. Is there a card in here? Okay. All right. So this one's coming into play. Each minute an ally gains toughness. That doesn't get shuffled there. It gets shuffled here. I get the top 2, and then we get 1 and 1. Whew. All right. Here we go. Magneto 2.6. He's villainous. After Magneto 2.6 activates, you place a magnetic counter. All right. Then choose and discard 1 card from your hand for each magnetic counter on him. So he doesn't activate, he just gets toughness, and he's got insight 1. All right, Asteroid M. Each minion gains guard and patrol. At the end of this round, after the first player token is passed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and puts it into play and engage with them. Yikes. So we'll just thwart that. Will be the plan there. That's more to do, though. Insight 1. Avalanche. After Avalanche engages you, exhaust a character you control and deal 1 damage to that character. Yikes. Insight 1. Oh no, do I have the 12 damage? And Bandolier of Stakes. You may spend 1 resource of any type to attach this card to your identity. Otherwise, discard this card. When your hero makes a basic attack, remove 1 stake counter from here. Your hero gets +1 attack and piercing. Well, unfortunately, I'm not making any basic attacks, but that's cool. They give me a card to help me. Insight 1. And finally, Pyro. When Pyro attacks you, take 2 indirect damage. Insight 1. Go to 40. All right, so this gives everybody guards. We got to get rid of 4 threat, which I don't think I have, huh? Weather Goddess would get rid of 2. Oh, I just don't think I have this. Havoc can come into play. She'd ready, and then she'd be able to thwart. Then Havoc could come in. Maybe I can Utopia. Woo! All right, we got 12 damage left. This passes. We've got to search and put a minion into play. So we'll put this supporting actor into play. Oh, they don't have insight. I was so good at remembering that. So I think I'm back to 35. All right, does he have damage? 2, 4, 6. 1 here. 1 for free. 2, 4, 6. 7. Maybe 7 damage. So Havoc would be the damage I have. Oh my gosh, it's so close. All right, I have my own ability and I have Weather Goddess. Right? So that's got to be my strategy. So I got to figure this out. So I think Utopia is just not going to work. I think I got to get Havoc into play. So I change forms, right? With her. I change to remove 2 threat. And I ready. Then she removes 2 threat by exhausting. Any other threat removal. Havoc, but he's going to do more damage. So this is gone, so we don't have guard anymore. Surge on the stakes. Thank you. Blob. All right. It might have been... No, it would have been this one, actually. He doesn't have guard. All right, so now we just got to find 12 damage. So Havoc has got to be the beginning of that 12 damage, right? He costs 3. The question is, can we put Utopia into play? Yes. So 1, 2 plays Utopia. These 3 play Havoc. When Havoc comes into play, I ready myself. Then I do Weather Goddess, and I change this back to Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm comes in, I deal 2. I attack for 3 is 7. Havoc attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Goes to 1. And call for an action. We'll take a damage. Precision strike. Dead Mojo. Wow. Okay, that was tough. That got crazy out of control. So that threat just keeps coming. Oh yeah, he would have a tough on him. Thanks. Okay. Well, we pushed that damage. We had a little extra, right? So we had a precision. We had 2 more precision strikes and +1. So we had a little bit more damage. But yeah, we got exhausted there, and all those minions came out. Oh my goodness, that's a rough little turn. Flipping that deck, and then that's the timer. Because if we go through this deck and getting rid of 4 cards, I purposely had him call for an action so that we didn't have to draw anything to see if we get any of that. Woo! Yeah, no, that one was definitely a little bit more complex than the others, keeping that threat under control, but then you get that timer of those, and it becomes tricky, so there was that. Anyway, all in all, super fun. I adore this pack. I think it's really good. I know people love Kang, and I want people to continue to love Kang, but I hope this one really catches a glimmer, because I think there's something special here, and all the randomness. I guess a negative would be that you can't shuffle other mods into here, so you're always dealing with these modulars, but you are randomizing the 6 modulars, so that's neat. I love stuff like how the crime interacted. These were just a lot. These didn't interact. The crime one was cool. How it was like, you can't remove threat, but you get +1 threat removal. This is just, we get toughness, and oh, they're all tough. Right, so all of them should have come into play with tough, and I missed all those. All these minions should be tough. Journeyman caught me on that. Thank you. I missed it. But he's not tough, so we got through to him. Woo! All right, so yeah, that's a tricky little ending, because that threat and this deck, I just had to go through one more time. It gets bigger. I agree. He's by far the most complicated, so there's a lot of little interactions. But again, I think once we play it, I don't think it'll be as bad. But it does have a little bit of that, oh, I forgot to draw. Oh, I forgot to do that. So, yeah, I got to take that back a little bit in terms of saying, like, no, it's not that hard to follow. And then I proceeded to not follow all the things. So it feels a little off to say it's easy to track and then miss things. So that's where that is. But really neat complexity on that part. Nice. Well, I like that, right? It's very creative in its structure and what it's doing, but then it's also it's manageable, right? And so that's where some of the other scenarios, Collector, etc., was like, this isn't even manageable, even though it's really unique for that. It'll be interesting to see Expert, because what's interesting about Mojo is you can't necessarily just sit there and build, right? Because so many cards are coming out, and it's 4 cards per player here. I actually think that flipping down is even better, even though he's 3 threat. Obviously, confusing is really going to save the day. Because here you can confuse him and then avoid that, because the discarding 4 cards might be worse than dealing with a 3 threat scheme, a 3 thwart, a 3 threat scheme. The discarding cards is that timer, so if you're trying to build up, it's different. But anyway, he's really cool. That's a really neat mechanism of, like, yeah, right, you see this guy pulling all these levers and sending all these things after you. He's like, oh, I've upgraded all these and I'm sending them after you. Like, it's great. It's just so cool. I love this one. I love this scenario. I loved all 3 scenarios, honestly. Spiral was very easy on this mode. I think she'll be tougher on Expert and whatnot. So like I said, I think where people would not enjoy this pack, which is not always something I'm always looking to talk about, like, why would you not enjoy this? But just look at that. I think it's going to be that the modulars aren't interchangeable. So you could take the modulars and put them elsewhere, but you can't bring other modulars in. Although I don't see why you can't. If you just use the show ones, you could probably randomize the show ones and then have them associate with other modulars. So, like, I'm thinking of Crime, and there's, like, the Syndicate, right? Or there's those Crime... There's that modular that is Crime, so you could put them in place if you wanted to. Like, this game definitely opens itself up to your ability to adjust like that if you're looking for it. But all in all, it's asking you to put those modulars in, and you need to get those. Yes, I agree, Eric. I can't wait to play. Although we're going to need a pretty big table, I think, now that I'm looking at this. So we'll have to get there early and get our spot. But this is going to be a blast to play. So looks really good. Questions, comments, other things that you have, do remember that the Fantasy Flight stream is in just about a half hour, so would love to have you join them over there. They're obviously doing a great job with this game, so support them as all we can. Questions that we have. I feel like Magog can have whatever. Yeah, it's a good call. There's no reason you couldn't just shuffle whatever you wanted to into Magog there, so that one's kind of interesting. Other questions people have. Yeah, Wolverine was great. I think he's a little straightforward. The warrior skill and the precision strikes, they're not all that interesting. Even mean swing, like his weapon is his claws, so they want you to use that. So he just needs some better cards in those other ones, I think, shuffled into him, and he'll be a lot more interesting then. But overall, Storm, I definitely feel like I started to get a hold of it. Like, okay, I want to do this. When she's flipped down, it's tough, right? You're stuck with whatever's on top, and you're trying to figure out what do you want and what do you need. And it's interesting that this retaliate and this -1 attack are like your defensive. I was just never using this stalwart. I wish it said another player draws a card like the commander ability. I feel like it would be more interesting there to do that. And I wish Weather Goddess could just activate, and I wonder if I missed it. Could I use Weather Goddess? Swap your weather support. Yeah. So I wish I could just leave it in play and resolve my special ability. Then I could have like a bunch of Weather Goddess, although I guess you're just spending them to cycle cards, right? So that was kind of interesting. What would I say is the most challenging card in his encounter deck? I don't know. I think it's the wheel. That was the trickiest. That is not. Move all threat. Nope. I don't think he has a challenging card. Okay, Undercover Mojo. When Mojo would take any amount of damage, remove an equal amount of threat from here. Nope. He doesn't have a challenging card. Heal 1 damage from each character you control. Stinger Tail, Paparazzi, Hinder 10, an obligation. Choose to either exhaust a character you control or discard 1 card from your hand. Remove 2 threat from here. 3 threat instead if you're an alter ego. When your turn ends, move all threat from here to the main scheme. That's the toughest one. So Paparazzi is going to put 10 threat on here, and then you need to exhaust to remove it when your turn ends. Otherwise, you're adding that threat over. But he doesn't have hard cards in his actual kit. Thank you, thank you. I feel so bad that I never played Fastball Special. I know people want to see that. See you, Clifford. Thanks for joining. I wanted to play. It was just so hard to get. Oh, you know what? I probably forgot that Colossus cost 3. And kept thinking he was 4, but it was just so hard to get him down and then have the Fastball Special at the same time, so. Oh yeah, no, Storm was great at doing damage. I mean, it helped that she could switch to give herself +1 attack. I think it's interesting that none of those give them plus thwart, but that would just be so powerful, even if it said once per turn. Add the 2. Yep, Ice Droid gave them all guard, so then I had to remove that. Yeah, Poetic, I don't think he has hard cards. I think it's the other cards you shuffle in. His are just kind of messing with your system and making you add threat to make it harder. Yeah, otherwise all the tough minions would have guard. But it was only 2 threat per player to remove, so it wasn't that bad. So it was good on that front. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I appreciate it. Don't forget to watch the playthroughs every morning at 8 o'clock. Catch them, because they're going to be gone like that. You can't even make a cup of coffee. It's so fast with Star-Lord. So every morning you will see that. Well, there you go. Eric's got it. 2-hand Wolverine Colossus, double Fastball Specials. Totally. That is the way to do it. Awesome. Yep. 8 a.m. tomorrow we'll have the X Mansion on there. And then 8 a.m. Friday will be the conclusion against Magneto. And we'll see how far Star-Lord makes it and how many turns does it take him to get through. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Can't wait for Friday when everybody gets these in their hands and gets to play them. I can't wait to hear your experience as well. Thanks so much, everybody. My name is the Brandt, and until